Hello, my name is Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel. Excuse me. Um, I'm new to the whole YouTube thing. I'm not new to tarot. Uh, I've helped several people in my environment, but I want to extend my services. I want to extend my ability and able to help others. Um, I've gone through quite a bit, and I would really like to share those experiences with others in a way that's beneficial to them. Maybe not exact details, but whatever way that I can gain some insight into reading into your cards and be able to use my past experiences to be able to help you. So, without further ado, let's get to you. I've started pre-shuffling the cards, and as I was doing the pre-shuffle, I got the Ace of Cups and the Justice card. The Death card did try to come out, so um, I did feel like you are currently, it's not, it doesn't feel like it's necessarily a new connection. It's a new way of feeling about something, something that's something that was really dear to you. But you're starting to feel a little bit of a different change within it. There's some balances that's coming in. You could have spent some time waiting for things to balance themselves out. And during that process, that's when we go into hermit mode and we spend some time reflecting. And I feel like you've done this and you have essentially brought the balance to yourself, which is a good thing. This is a good thing with the Justice card here. You could have waited for justice to come to the situation, but I don't feel like that it ever presented itself. Maybe this person, this could be, it doesn't have to be, but it can be a relationship because it is the Ace of Cups. But it could also be a work situation where you felt like you were wronged in that situation. Only you would know what this Ace of Cups is in reference to. And if I dug a little bit, sure, I could find out what it is exactly. But you have had to walk away. And it's hard to walk away from things that we truly put our time and energy into, that we've put our love into. Those things can be very difficult to walk away from. And then we can kind of get in this stuck, stagnant energy. The Eight of Swords, I'm not seeing it, but feeling it. We can kind of get stuck wanting justice to be, wanting our side to be justified in the situation, how we felt. And it can create blockages for us if we hang on too tightly, waiting for those those injustices to be corrected, right? Can you go ahead and tell me some more? Well, Seven of Cups. It is difficult, and it can be confusing. With Seven of Cups, there's a lot of confusion here. But when we spend that time reflecting and we actually are able to pay attention to our role in the situation, then we can actually clear up some of those injustices on our own. And I feel like that's the reason why you're able to bring balance to yourself, is by reviewing how we contributed in whatever way that you contributed and clearing up some of the confusion for ourselves instead of hanging on, waiting for an outside energy to come along and clear up those confusions for us. Three of Wands, yes, absolutely. There's always something that we can grow from in any situation. It doesn't matter which way we look at it. There's always a room for growth. Or that's the way we should present ourselves when we look at such certain situations. And I know it's very difficult when you find yourself closely closely connected to something as far as the heart space is concerned, and it's very difficult to be able to move past that sometimes. That we've it's that inner child, that it's kind of like an inner child wound where we grab so hard onto what about me, what about me, what about me, what about you? I'm not saying that in a bad way, and I don't mean that, so please don't take that in a bad way. But what I'm saying is, what are you going to do? How can you take a step back, look at the big picture, look at everything that's laid out on the table, lay it all out there for yourself to exhibit. Take some time, go through every little thing, because sometimes we actually create the confusion for ourselves by wanting something else to come and fix it for us instead of actually delving into it and clearing that confusion up for ourselves. And that's where the Three of Wands comes in. We're able to expand, we're able to grow, we're able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Whereas before, because we had all this clouded judgment and there's all these things that we were clinging on to that we wanted corrected, you know that you can correct it yourself. And that's I feel like that's why you're able to bring this justice to yourself within this Ace of Cups, and you're starting to feel a different type of way. Yes, it was painful. Three of Swords, I could see that it was very painful. The separation. Um, it was like you were working towards a particular goal, and then out of nowhere, there's been this major split, and it's like I don't know which way to go now. I don't know what to do. I mean, I've done so much, and I don't understand. And sometimes it's the understanding that we don't always understand the situations that actually benefit us. Because maybe right now it doesn't look that way because we are so emotionally attached to it that it doesn't look like there's going to be any peace in the near future. But the universe has a fun way of showing us, not necessarily fun in every aspect of that, but it has a funny way of correcting things, and there's a correction that's being made here within this particular connection. Now, this connection could be with you, within yourself. Once we're able to correct the connection within ourselves, then we can correct the corrections. They will inadvertently correct themselves, the connections outside of us, the way that we interact with others, the way that we actually associate ourselves in that connection. And once we correct or we heal something within the self, then everything outside of you has no choice but to shift with you. It has no choice. There's no choice there. There's no give in this situation, because that means that's how you get put back on that perpetual cycle where you're going round and round and round and round. Because if it doesn't give to you the way that it should give to you, then you're going to feel feelings of lack, inadequacy. It's not contributing in the way that it should. And then you're back on that loop, and then there's more confusion. Well, I don't understand. I did this, I did this, I did this. It's just an endless loop that we continuously get ourselves on if we're not stepping into the role that we actually are able to learn something from the situation. What can I learn from this now that I've learned my lesson? Now, sometimes we do have those kind of karmic relationships where you get in a relationship with someone that isn't willing to grow, that isn't willing to learn, and those are normal. It's quite normal, and it can be painful to even separate from those, especially if you've had a long history with those connections. Tell me about the Swords, please. There we go. Yeah. Disconnecting from this, whatever this Ace of Cups is to you, is creating some feelings of lack. It's like, but it's because you are feeling like, but I loved you, and you want that love reciprocated, but you're not getting that. And that's when you start feeling those feelings of lack, you have to turn to yourself. You have to create that balance for yourself. And I feel like that's what you're needing to do at this point. If I'm not telling you what to do, so please don't think that. It's just a different perspective. Going to hermit mode. It's time to do a little introspecting. That's what I was just talking about, being able to heal the self. It's very difficult. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. I'll never tell you that doing self-reflecting and self-introspecting and actually putting yourself in the other person's position, which, most of us with empathy or sympathy do tend to try to do that, right? But sometimes it's not quite that easy. It's not as simple as just stepping over into the other person's shoes. Sometimes we have to take accountability for our roles and our actions in certain things and heal that aspect of ourselves. And if we're able to heal that aspect of ourselves, then it's time to make a shift. And there's a big shift happening here from these feelings of lack because you're introspecting and you're seeing the differences. You're seeing what needs to be healed. Tell me more about this Hermit. Seven of Wands. This is preparing you to um, actually liberate yourself. I'm seeing like completely free yourself. And this is allowing you to actually blossom into something that you never actually felt that you could actually like step into for some reason. Um, there could be several relationships in the past that have helped. They've helped you stay stuck in this energy, but they've also helped you evolve. It's a matter of perspective. So there's a perspective shift that's taking place here. And with the Seven of Wands, this is also about protecting those lessons and using those lessons to better suit your next course of action, whichever action that you're about to take, because there is an action being taken here. Mm-hmm. Tell me more. So it's definitely healing parts of yourself that will allow you to feel free, will allow you to actually extend yourself out. Don't even look at the card. Take that leap of faith. To feel optimistic. This is a very enthusiastic feeling. This is actually opening oneself up so that one can evolve and feeling good about that. And this is not coming from a naive way because you've got the past experiences, right? So you're not coming out naive, but you're feeling more adventurous. You're feeling more optimistic. You're feeling really good about things. Lots of good energy to get into. Whoa, what are you doing? Looks like you're manifesting something here. You manifested this. What is this manifestation? Wow. This is something. Six of Cups. This is something you've been trying to create for a while, and it's something that it's from maybe childhood. The confusion that was maybe created since you were a child. It could have been from a mother energy, but you're actually being able to step into the role of Empress energy, feeling empowered. This is pure empowerment. This is all the queens and all the kings. Doesn't matter what gender you are. This is all the queens would be the Empress. Stepping into that energy and using that and utilizing that for whatever your end goal is, whatever your end game is. Not that this is a game, but life is a game, I guess. And we have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. So see, this is the balance between the two and using both of those energies, both of them, to go after what it is you truly want. Yeah, Page of Wands, feeling optimistic, feeling really good about this. This is a really good feeling. I'm telling you, things are going to shift drastically. There's a big change coming, and now I feel like you're probably spending a little time learning a little bit, testing the waters. Maybe you've withdrawn yourself from something, and then you go back out and you try it again. This is like coming out of hermit mode and actually feeling good about doing it. So the Fool can sometimes jump in with both feet without even thinking about the consequences. The Page of Wands, however, is the minor to the Fool. But the thing about the Page of Wands actually is taking their experiences and still seeing that there's a possibility that things could go wrong, and It's the inevitable. That's life. Something's going to go wrong. But you have the experiences now. You have things that you can refer to, things that you can look back on that can help you grow, that can help you take the next step. And I feel like this is about you taking the next step and moving towards something that's really, it's really going to light your fire. Really, really good if you ask me. Two of Pentacles. There is a decision that you need to make, but I feel like you're stepping in and you're taking your experiences in order to make the decision, and that's what's creating the balance. I really love this deck because it just specifically speaks of energies. It doesn't depict people per se. It's just the image of an energy, like with the Empress here. It's not a being, obviously, but she's obviously got something that she's been creating. She's been working on, right? And so I feel like you're finally making this decision. You're going to take that leap, but you're doing it in a balanced way so that you can grab the bull by both horns and take it on head on versus grabbing one horn and getting slung around like a rag doll. I mean, I've been there, done that. Let me tell you. I got stuck between a mama cow one time and her baby because the baby come out the fence. Well, I wasn't paying attention. Was not paying attention. And I didn't realize that the baby had gotten behind me. And when I turned around, here comes this mama. So I swing the gate, and now I'm pinned between the pipe fence here and the pipe fence gate. And she's ramming it. Bam, bam, bam. Luckily, quick on my toes, I had a spotlight in my hand because it was late at night. And I shined the spotlight over her in the face, and I was able to get out. But it wasn't until after, when I looked back, did I realize what I had done. Now, had I been being more observant, more aware of my surroundings and the things that were going on, I wouldn't have got myself into that, I promise you. So I kind of feel like that's, what's going on here is not being affected by the blockages that come up for you, but being able to take them on and be quick on your toes. I mean, with the Page of Wands, that's what the Page of Wands does. The Queen of Swords is taking that action. She can take that action with the clear knowing and the clear understanding of who she is, what she's going after. I say she because it's a queen, okay? Male or female, like I said. Whatever resonates for you. And she's able to take her past experiences to make a decision, and she's going to be standing in her true power as speaking her truth. That can be difficult sometimes. That can be hard, speaking up for oneself. Can you tell me more, please? Queen of Swords isn't the Queen of Swords without some kind of skill. Okay. But this is a mastery of that skill with the Eight of Pentacles. This is someone that's worked very, very hard. They spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of graciousness, patience with themselves. I know a lot of people frown on the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords because they're kind of cold, and they can be. They can be kind of cold and detached. But when they come out in the upright position, to me, they aren't cold and detached. They have the clear knowing of what their heart truly feels. They have the clear knowing of understanding what it is that they truly want. And they're using the thought process, the ability to think through their problems and be able to function in a way that they can actually make good choices for them and actually speak up, even when it's in situations that they aren't comfortable speaking up, because it might hurt somebody's feelings. But feelings are meant to be hurt sometimes. That's just it. That's the reality. Sometimes the lesson is in those hurt feelings, because without no pain, there is no change, right? A lot of people don't change. They get stuck in their comfort zone, and if something doesn't come in, I don't know why I'm getting all jumbled up here. If something doesn't come in and push them out of that comfort zone, then they comfortably stay right there. And if you've gotten into the routine, and I know I did for a period of time, where I just did not speak my truth because I didn't want to make somebody else uncomfortable. I didn't want to put somebody else off. I didn't want to hurt somebody else's feelings. And that did me absolutely no good, because in the end, I was discrediting myself. I wasn't honoring myself in those situations. I wasn't speaking up for how I truly felt. And therefore, I would get in these situations where things didn't go good. Well, why didn't they go good? Because I didn't speak up. Now, had I spoke up 2 days ago, then things probably wouldn't have got to the extreme that they got into. And I understand that in relationships and in any kind of relationship that we get into, it does not matter what kind of relationship that is, it is that there is an equal balance. Okay. There's an equal balance. So if you give a little, the other person gives a little. But if that person, whatever kind of connection it is, isn't giving a little, well, why aren't they? And then you have to spend a little bit of time seeing how you could be overgiving. And this Queen of Swords energy is like done. She's like done. I'm not doing it anymore. Absolutely not. The balance is within you. You have the ability. It's a matter of just taking those initial steps. And I feel like you're being guided to take that leap. Set out on that adventure. Feel the sun on your face. Feel the wind in your hair. Be happy. It's not easy. It's not easy to come as far as you've come. And why would you want to come as far as you've come just to not do anything about it? Where's the fun in that? I mean, there's no telling the kind of stuff I get myself into. I had somebody once tell me it's always an adventure. Just going to Walmart with you is such an adventure. I like to have fun, but in a good, healthy way. And yeah, just going to the store with me is an adventure. Well, so I do hope that you are able to gain some insight from this, and maybe you'll subscribe. And if not, it's okay. I'm okay. I just truly want to help others. So hopefully I can help you. Toodaloo. Toodaloo.